Hello. Hello, Becky.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Medge Jaspan, positive psychology practitioner and metaphysical teacher. I'm here today with Becky, and I love what she said. She said, I'm a lifer. And she will tell you better. She will tell you more about herself, but I'm a lifer. I say, wow, what that is. So please tell us about yourself.
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on. I just love being around like-minded people, and anyone that's in the holistic world they're my people. So, and a female business owner, of course. I am an essential oil expert, author, and speaker. And my big message to everyone is to have hope for aging with the quality of life. And if you did not have that role role model growing up of how to do that, it can be overwhelming or even not even thought of as achievable. So I feel like my role is to be that advocate, be there for you, to show you the way, because I have been living that holistic lifestyle for over 25 years, and it's served me well.
5 years. Wonderful. I love, you told me something, and the first time we talk, you say that people have to decide to change their life. And I absolutely resonate with that because my work is about helping people coming from here, stopping to be in their head and being in their heart in order to live a more authentic, but also a more simple life and happier life. Because when you are stuck here, it doesn't work. So when you say I help people to realize that they have to do it now, so tell us about your story, because your story defines what you are doing today and also define who you are. So tell us about that.
Well, I'm an oldest child, so we tend to be bossy anyway. That
I
comes
am an
naturally.
oldest child also.
Yeah, telling people what to do, that comes naturally.
Yes.
But
Like
being a leader is different than being bossy.
Bossy.
I hope that's the difference.
It's true.
And while I'm still learning that, I think I used to be very almost angry. I had to work through the anger of getting diagnosed at 35 as a pre-diabetic, because I had made some lifestyle changes based on seeing what type 2 diabetes did to my family. It's been devastating. So I had made lifestyle changes as a young person and thought that was all I had to do. And not that I had all the answers, but I certainly was doing more of the things that were obvious. And then at 35 was diagnosed as type 2, or I mean, as pre-diabetic. And it really, the doctor tried to take my hope away. He said that I was going to die a diabetic, that it was up to me if I would start taking medication now in my, mid 30s, then I wouldn't die a diabetic until my 80s. And if I refused the medication, I would be a diabetic within 5 years. Okay. And I left that office just furious that he tried to take my hope away.
Yeah, because that is huge. That is huge.
Yes.
You say, oh, he's a psychic or what?
Well, yeah. And he didn't know me to know how determined or tenacious or whatever I was. And I threw the prescription in the trash as the minute I got out, because he wouldn't let me leave without it. And went to see my doctor of holistic medicine, told her what was going on, and she just led me down that wonderful holistic path. And my numbers were improved through quality supplements and lifestyle changes. And that was a huge turning point for me to know she gave me my hope back and my power. And it was just very liberating to know there was a different way. I didn't have to stay on that path that I didn't see served anybody. So it was, now I'm grateful that he was that awful.
I heard last week, sometime when someone closed the door, shut the door, we believe it's the end, or we believe we stay stuck. If you stay stuck in it, okay, it's the end. However, if you let, I will say, the universe act for you or play exactly the role that this person has in your life, you will realize that way better is there for you in the corner. Because someone closed the door and something better. So it's what's happened to you. This doctor created this, I will not say terrible diagnostic, because somehow it helps you to realize that you have to change your lifestyle. And most often, I will say more often, we believe that, okay, the doctor says that, so it's the end. We cannot. We have to take medication. And when I hear, when I watch a movie and I see all the side effects of medication, do you really want to be on medication all your life because you are pre-diabetic? Maybe not. So you find oil for that, right?
Not
oil
at that
was,
point.
Okay,
Not at that
what
point,
was your
I
answer?
didn't know about the essential oils. I wish I'd known back then. But this doctor of Oriental medicine, Dr. Iva Peck in Plano, Texas, was just phenomenal. She listened, she cared. It was just a beautiful experience, and in the holistic world. And it just kept me open then for years down the road. I found the oils about 7 years ago. So up until that point, it was basically just exploring other holistic modalities and being open because of that wonderful experience. And but the oils have up-leveled my health. I was already doing pretty well, but they up-leveled my health. So now I have another tool in my toolbox.
Exactly. That is beautiful.
Yes. And I can share that with others, along with the lifestyle changes that are necessary to either avoid or reverse autoimmune illnesses and just feel great, age with the quality of life. That's just huge to me, to give people hope for that.
I understand.
Because I don't think I'm unusual at not having role models for great health.
Oh, I will say that we are all there. We ate food that we believe at the time, and the parents didn't know. So
nope.
They ate great food at the time because we have less chemical, less preservative, less GMO and blah blah blah. So, but they gave us that because they believe it was right for us. Also, they didn't know.
It was sort of like seatbelts. I mean, we drove without seatbelts forever, and fought it when they tried to tell us what to do in our own cars. And now, would you think of driving a car without a seatbelt on? I mean,
but think about it. They were not the same car either. They were cars. They were going at 50 an hour? Not even, So it was different. It's exactly, we can compare to the food industry. It's not the same than they had before. However, I want to talk about holistic, because when we hear the word holistic, some understand. But people are stuck. Oh, what is that? So you have alternative medicine, you have holistic approaches, but holistic approaches, that means it's simple. It's the whole. So not only taking in consideration just the physical body and the blood, the lymphatic system, but trying to understand all of it. and understand also how your emotion will work, how your mind, your spirits, how to help you to have a mind, body, spirit wholeness approach.
Mm-hmm.
If we can translate holistic, it's kind of that. So it's what you have. You have the oil. What else do you have in your toolbox?
Oh
If I
gosh.
may ask.
Well, I do a talk sometimes where in order to sort of tell about me and my path, my journey with how I got to the oils, I will sometimes do a thing. It's sort of fun where if I had known about the oils as a child, as a young person growing up, this is what I would have done. So instead of me reading a bio that says I, was graduated top 10 in my class, National Honor Society, and went on to get published in fiction and I talk about, if I had known about the oils, I would have used it for this. So I grew up with headaches all the time.
Oh, okay.
Weekly, if not more.
So you use the oil for headaches also?
Yes. So if I had known that there was an oil for that growing up, I grew up with a house of smokers.
Okay.
And I believe there was black mold on the windows.
Okay.
So the windowsills. So if I had known about this, I would have diffused peppermint or, used a solution of tea tree oil and something else to try and solve the mold problem. I would have looked up
so give us, go back, give us that, that is a great tip. So when you have mold, you use tea tree or you use peppermint?
I know, no, peppermint's for the headaches.
Okay.
Head tension, those kind of things.
Okay.
But the mold, I would have to go look in my resource book because I don't have the recipe in the top.
Okay. Okay.
But there's a resource, there's books, there's apps. Of course, you can Google anything, but you can find recipes for how to treat certain things. And we all know now how harmful chemicals are in our homes.
Of course.
So there's so many recipes, to make room sprays where you're not, using those toxic chemicals, and it's just distilled water, some witch hazel, and the oils that you choose to scent them. That's it. Anyone can do that.
But in fact, the essential oil are the plants in nature, but they are very concentrated. And it helps you use a drop in water. Do you use it internally or only externally?
It depends on the oil.
Okay.
So on our, I'm only talking about doTERRA. I don't know much about anyone else.
Okay.
But I believe they're the purest and the most potent. So
okay.
On the bottle, if it says supplement, that means you can take it internally.
Okay. Okay. That's great to know.
But if it does not say that, it is not, you're not supposed to. So.
Okay. Okay.
But the resource books will also designate on there how to use them, whether internally or topically or aromatically. So, most legitimate sources will tell you that.
But we have a lot of essential oil. Why you choose doTERRA?
I did my research.
Okay.
And honestly, I have not found another company as transparent as they are.
Okay.
You do not have to be a customer to go to their website and see about the science, the sourcing, the testing. It's all there. And the other thing that I think is interesting is typically you hear in the news something about the top people in an organization. There's rumors, there's something going on where you're doubting.
Okay.
And that has not happened in the 7 years I've been a customer.
Okay.
That's a big
Okay.
sign too, that there's integrity, because you can't keep anything a secret anymore.
Yes.
So now, is everyone on board with doTERRA or essential oils or any? No, of course not. And you can find something to find fault with anything.
With
But
everything. And if there is nothing, they can create it also. So,
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
But they are not absolutely, essential oils are not all created equally.
So, okay, because I heard that before. I have a friend who was doing it before. And so the oil is very pure, so you don't need as much as in another brand. Okay.
So an example of that is you would have to drink 28 cups of peppermint flavored tea to equal 1 drop of peppermint oil.
Wow.
And if you're buying flavored tea, which I don't anymore, I buy the organic tea, add the oils I want, because I trust doTERRA's sourcing. When you buy something flavored,
you have no idea.
Don't know what the sourcing is.
You know, I use only herbal tea, and I use the plant and I use it, but it's a good idea. So you don't need to, when you don't have the plant, you can have a drop of tea.
Well, and the other thing is, oils, basil, oregano, those oils, there's just the two of us. For me to buy fresh herbs, they're going to go bad before I can use them all. So having the oils right there is so nice to cook with, bake with, because I don't have to worry about wasting money.
You bake also with it? You cook and bake? Okay. I put everything in the freezer. I buy them fresh and I put in the freezer. But that is a good,
just remember how concentrated they are. So you may only need, if it calls for a teaspoon of peppermint extract for your brownies, don't put a teaspoon of peppermint oil in your mix. Yes.
A drop. So okay.
Be very careful.
Do you have some there to show us what it looks like? So.
Oh gosh, I have. You can see them right here. I have some in my office, of course. I have them in every room, but I use, of course, frankincense is the king of oils.
Okay. So why it is? Because I heard that before. I never even asked why.
Well, first of all, it was good enough for baby Jesus. So, there's that.
Okay.
But the chemistry science reason is frankincense boosts whatever properties of the other oils, whatever it's put with, it boosts their properties.
Okay.
So if I say, for instance, marjoram naturally helps your muscles relax.
Okay.
So if you're dealing with TMJ or something like that, and you use marjoram, if you combine frankincense with that, you're going to get so much more. It's going to boost the effects of marjoram.
Okay. Okay.
So it's anything you want to increase the
potency.
Then you just add frankincense.
Okay.
So it just helps with everything. It's just when in doubt, use frankincense.
Wow.
Much.
Okay. So what do you, if you recommend 3 things to have in your home or your office, what would it be?
If I what?
You will recommend 3 products. What would it be?
Oh, well, one, I will never, ever stop using. Believe it or not, the number 1 product for doTERRA is their supplements.
Oh.
They have a 3-pack daily supplement that is what was comparable to what Dr. Iva gave me to get me healthy. Wow. Except it's less expensive and fewer capsules. So it was a no-brainer for me to switch. And so it helps with, it's a whole food mineral vitamin, one portion. The other portion is a omega-3, which we all need for brain heart health. And then the other portion is super important if you have any kind of inflammation, which most of us have something going on. We're fighting pollution, we're fighting the chemicals and so forth. It's all about cell repair. The three of those things together create this amazing synergy and are like your foundation for health, for gut health, for overall health. So those I will never stop. Those are my medicine. So that absolutely, I know that's probably not what you thought I'd say, but that is, there are essential oils in the supplements. Okay. But that is my deal breaker. I will take those because I want to have that quality of life as I age.
Okay.
So that peppermint is probably the other one that I use, even though I don't have headaches anymore, hardly ever. It's good for tummy upset. It smells amazing.
It smells amazing, yes.
It's good for focus. I don't know about you, but I have a lot going on up here. And sometimes, so in the morning I diffuse peppermint and wild orange together because it's slow going for me in the mornings. So the citrus oils uplift my mood and sort of give me some energy. And then the peppermint helps me focus. So, and probably the third one would be probably lemon, because I put lemon in my water every day. So it helps. It's like a mild detox. It tastes great. So it helps me drink more water, which that's something I really struggle with, believe it or not. And so, yeah, I use them all every day, all day. So
but you put a drop, of lemon, but it's an oil. It's not.
Correct. Because think about it. How many lemons would I have to squeeze to get the potency of one drop? It doesn't mean there's no value to a whole lemon, but I don't have that time or energy, whatever, to mess with that. So I'm just going to put my 2 drops in my glass. It has to be glass or stainless steel. You don't want it plastic.
No, normally you don't want plastic for anything. So
anything, yes. But yeah, so it's a lifestyle. That's why I was saying I'm a lifer. It's something I will be using. In fact, my husband asked me when I was going to retire, and I just started laughing. I said, "How long have we been married?" It'll be 40 years in September.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And he was like, "Well, what?" And I said, "I will have oils in my hands on my deathbed. I mean, this is who I am." So,
So you found something that you like so much that you are not working anymore. So you don't need to retire because you are not working.
Correct.
So it's part of your life. You use it as a way of living.
And to spread my message about hope and healing, aging with the quality of life. That's what I didn't know it at the time when I found doTERRA, but it's given me that platform to spread that message. Because if I was just retired and just using oils from a store that aren't really going to be therapeutic, I would have nothing. I mean, I'd probably be telling my neighbors in my small circle, you really need to approach health holistically, but there wouldn't be a platform for getting the word out that you have choices.
And people will not listen the same way. In my work also, when I say, okay, change your energy, change your reality, it's because you can decide to do it. You can stay stuck in your head, or you can be miserable or depressed or anxious or all of the above. But if you decide, you say, okay, exactly like you told me earlier, I want to change now. You change now. you transform your life, you transform your lifestyle, because it's not a diet, it's not therapy, it's really a lifestyle that you adopt, and you say, okay, now I am adopting the lifestyle.
And I love
it's
so
good
much
for
what,
me.
yeah, and I love so much what you do, because when I teach a monthly Zoom class on balancing blood sugar naturally, and one of the trick questions I ask is which wellness portion is most important? Physical wellness, emotional wellness, or physical, emotional, spiritual wellness?
I love this question.
And of course, there are more areas of wellness than that. But for the sake of time, we're just going to talk about these. And of course, you see the wheels turning. And I immediately say there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not going to say that. They're all important, of course. Holistic means whole. But I want to focus on the emotional wellness here. Because if you do not address why you're emotionally eating, why you have an emotional attachment to food, you're addicted to it. If you do not address that, why are you going to get up in the morning and decide to eat healthy? Why are you going to decide to go to the gym if you're depressed?
But think about it. Emotion is the beginning. You have the emotion. Then if you stay in it, if you don't deal with it, exactly like you said, you are sick, you are stressed, you are anxious, you are. So it's so true. We begin by the emotion, because it's what we feel. It's what we are. We are emotional being. And when we deal with it, it changes everything.
Yeah. And, you know, in the past, we didn't know about therapists that specialize in food addictions. We didn't know about all these other modalities that can help with that, or even books.
We didn't know we have addiction to food.
Yes.
So we didn't know about it. We were eating the chocolate, the stuff, the rice, the whatever.
And to just tell someone to, you know, stop, and it's just not fair. You're setting people up for failure. And but even there's a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and I love it because he talks about changing your philosophy about change. That which is a mental thing, right?
Absolutely.
So if you do not do that before you make that New Year's resolution about getting healthier, losing weight, whatever it is, then you join that gym. And if you don't understand that time is your friend, and that it took you a while to gain that weight, it's going to take you a while to get it off, then after a couple of weeks of not seeing improvement, you're going to give up.
And going one time will not change.
Yes.
So
but if you change your philosophy about change, that it's going to take me a year at least to lose 20 pounds of the 100 I need to lose, or whatever, then you're not going to give up, because you're being realistic about your goal.
So I have a tip here also. When you don't focus on it, it happens quicker. Because what you focus on, it's your focus. So I'm focusing on losing weight. So I'm really focused on losing weight. But the brain is not understanding losing or gaining. So there is no balance. However, if I focus on well-being or happiness or feeling good now, exactly like you say, it's you change the way you handle change.
Yes.
You change your philosophy about change. I absolutely love that. This is I'm yes.
And the other thing he brings up is, you know, we were originally a world of farmers, and you know, farmers plant, cultivate, harvest, and they are driven by the seasons and things they can't control. And so now we're in this immediate gratification cycle and society, and they want to plant and then harvest right away. And that's not real. And
that's not real, but think about it. We are exactly, as you say, in a society where we want everything right away. We take the drive to buy food. We drive to buy medicine. You drive you take to the bank. You don't open the door to talk to somebody anymore. You drive and you did on the way. So on the go, you have everything. So you believe that on the go, you will feel better. On the go, you will have your health. On the go, you will, and you will not, because it takes time, as you say. And you know what I say to my student? I say, at 2, you learn how to say the first word. You begin to talk, and you begin to walk, and then you run. Then you write your first poem. Then you get married. At 2, you are not getting married. At 2, you are not. No, it's a progression. It's a process, and life is a process. And I love your aging in a healthy way of aging, because it's about us learning how to grow and how to live this process in a healthier, more holistic way, because you cannot think that your mental, your physique, and your spiritual are completely separate. Everything is together. And you cannot treat your heart without treating your blood pressure or your nervous system or your skin or anything. Everything is together, because we are one body. And you know, I absolutely love this love, quotation mark, this advertise, where they talk about, okay, you are taking this medicine for blood pressure, but you may have diarrhea. You may die also.
Yes.
Oh, okay, really?
Lose an arm.
Come on. But really, the first time I heard that, because in Europe, we don't have that. We don't have advertise for medicine. And the first time I say, did they really say that? And yes, they did say that. So, but when you think about thinking about, okay, I need to lose weight, but I cannot change my emotional state of being,
right?
Or I will not exercise, or everything is together. And healthy living, hope, and healing, right?
Yes.
I don't want to say something wrong, because I know you have your way of saying, having hope. And so, Becky, thank you, because you are giving us hope for healing and hope for aging healthier.
Yeah.
So,
and if you think about it, and you know this, you're going to pay a price in your life. It's going to be either paying for wellness and prevention, like coming to people like you, using oils, reading those personal development books, going to therapy, whatever it is that's going to help you heal. You're going to pay money on that now. Quality supplements, absolutely. You're going to pay money on that now to have a quality of life later, in the meantime and later. Or you are going to just keep doing what you're doing. And if you have good genes, you might not pay until 50 or 60. But I'm seeing people 30 and 40 years old with 2 and 3 autoimmune illnesses they're dealing with. This is the norm, unfortunately. So you are going to pay later treating disease. So how do you want to spend your money? Think about that.
And it's not even about money, because if you think about it,
a lot of people it is, though.
That's true.
They use that as the excuse for or a reason for not investing in their health now.
Now, yes. But you will pay also with your well-being. You will pay with your health. You will be in the hospital. You will not be able to walk. You will
And even your relationships, because if you're not dealing with your emotional wellness, you're not a healthy person to be around. You're gonna alienate people.
And talking about relationship, you talk about your sexual life also. It's done quicker and that is important for people, no matter what. It should be important. Is at one point, we will not have healthy marriage, a healthy relationship, and healthy all that. So it's very important. It's not about aging. It's yes about the wrinkle, the art, the fact that your joints are not moving, or you are not walking like you should. But it's about everything else. It's about being at home and not being able to function, not having your smile because you are so in pain.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Becky.
Oh, thank you.
I hope we will have another discussion soon. So I hope
I don't know. We probably
enjoy.
wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Oh, I'm sure. I think we can talk about it forever.
Yes. And I really hope I can get down to see you soon. That would be fun.
Yes, that could be great. So thank you again. And I hope you enjoy the discussion, all of you. And we will have our detail in the description, like that you can contact us and ask us more questions. We love what we do. As you see, we are not working. We are just enjoying life. We are lifing.
Yes.
Right? Oh,
we are lifers.
Lifers. Okay. Have a wonderful day. And I will